Today marks the final day of early voting in Massachusetts. With Election Day now just 4 days away, we're learning that thousands have already cast their votes. Western Mass News reporter Maria Wilson takes us to Holyoke for a wrap-up there.
With early in-person voting coming to an end throughout the Bay State on Friday, Western Mass News went to Holyoke City Hall to check on Election Day expectations.
We have not seen huge numbers of in-person early voting, and we think that's due to the fact that so many people have chose to vote through the mail.
Holyoke City Clerk Brenna Murphy McGee tells Western Mass News they expect to be busy with absentee ballots in the days ahead.
We sent out about 5,000 ballots. We've received about 3,500 back. We're still receiving trays full back from the post office, and we anticipate we'll get them back straight through election night.
And Murphy McGee tells us all the vote counting will be done on Tuesday.
We'll send all of the ballots to the appropriate polling place on election morning, and the poll workers and wardens will be in charge of opening them and putting them through the tabulator.
The folks I spoke with here at Holyoke City Hall tell me that mail-in voting and early voting are great alternatives to make sure your voice is still heard without having to hit the polls on Tuesday. Patricia Devine is a volunteer at the early voting location. She tells us 30 people a day over the past 2 weeks came to fill in their ballots. And she tells us why many people liked this option.
I think it's a lot of things. I think it's a convenience. I think it gives you the opportunity to look through the questions so you're not rushed, and no lines really like there might be on Election Day.
For now, reporting in Holyoke, Maria Wilson, Western Mass News.
And Western Mass News is your election authority, from the ballot questions to who's running and candidate debates. So we've got you covered. Scan the QR code or open up the Western Mass News app to check our online voters guide, and stay with us throughout the evening Tuesday for the latest